Namo Buddha, Namo Dharma, Namo Sanghaye. Homage to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Your Majesties, His Holiness, venerable spiritual leaders, honored guests, distinguished scholars, respected practitioners, and beloved devotees. It is with profound joy and deep humility that we welcome you to this sacred gathering here in Khenpo, the heart of the Kingdom of Bhutan, a land blessed by the footsteps of countless of enlightened masters, cradled by the mighty Himalayas and nurtured by centuries of devotion to peace, compassion, and the well-being of all sentient beings. To our esteemed spiritual leaders who have journeyed from distant corners of our world, we bow in gratitude. Your presence illuminates this ceremony with the light of wisdom from diverse traditions, each a unique expression of humanity's eternal yearning for truth and peace. Today marks a moment of profound significance. We gather here for the 2025 Global Peace Prayer Ceremony, born from the compassionate vision of His Majesty, the Druk Gyalpo, Chigme Khesar Namgil Wangchuk. This ceremony represents far more than a modern initiative. It is the culmination of countless of prayers across millennia, blessed by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and carries forward a sacred lineage that stretches back to the very origins of Buddhism itself. To understand the profound significance of this gathering, we must look back through time to the earliest days of the Buddha's teachings. After attaining enlightenment beneath the Bodhi tree, the Buddha initially considered remaining in silent meditation, dwelling in the peace he had discovered. Yet, it was the celestial kings, Indra and Brahma, who beseeched him to share his realization with the world. In responding to their requests, the Buddha established a vital pattern that would echo through the centuries. The transmission of Dharma requires the support and patronage of righteous rulers. This sacred partnership between spiritual wisdom and temporal power became the foundation upon which the Dharma flourished. Consider the three great turnings of the wheel of Dharma, the Dharma Chakra. At Sarnath, the Buddha shared the Four Noble Truths with his disciples at the urging of the celestial kings. During the second turning of the wheel of Dharma, it was King Bimbisara and King Prasenajit who provided essential support, ensuring that the profound Prajnaparamita wisdom teachings would not be lost, but would pass on to future generations like precious jewels handed from one keeper to the next. And then, in one of the most extraordinary moments in the history of Vajrayana Buddhism, at the age of 79, 44 years after his enlightenment, the Buddha transmitted the Kalachakra Tantra. This transmission came in response to the requests of King Suchandra, Gyalpo Dawazangbo of Shambhala, and 96 vassal kings. From that moment, for over 2,000 years, the 7 Dharma kings and 25 Kalki kings, or the Rigden Gyalpo of the kingdom of Shambhala, have manifested this broken lineage, guiding countless beings towards both temporal and ultimate happiness. This noble tradition continued through the reign of Emperor Ashoka, whose edicts of Dharma spread through all the continents in the world and through the Tibetan kings Songtsen Gampo and Tisong Deochen, who made the Himalayan plateau a sanctuary of Buddhist practice. Today, this ancient lineage flourishes anew here in Bhutan under the enlightened leadership of His Majesty, the Druk Gyalpo Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk. According to some Mahayana Sutra teachings, more than 2,500 years ago in Shravasti, India, Buddha Shakyamuni performed inconceivable miracles that would establish a tradition we honor today. From the 1st until the 15th day of the first month of the lunar calendar, before an assembly that included 6 great non-Buddhist teachers, the great monarch Prasenajit, male and female bodhisattvas, hosts of arhats, and countless of gods and humans, the Buddha displayed wonders that opened minds and transformed hearts. These miracles resulted in the ripening and liberation of innumerable disciples. From this remarkable display arose a beautiful tradition, offering ceremonies and mass gatherings for aspiration prayers became established practice in India. This was the ancient lineage of what we now call as Myeonlam Chemo, or the Great Prayer Festival. The roots of Myeonlam Chemo in Bhutan run deep and pure. The first Chokchul Myeonlam Chemo began in 1937 at Tharbaling, Bumden, a location of extraordinary blessing, one of the 8 most sacred places associated with Yösel Dzogpa Chempo, the luminosity of great perfection. There, the great spiritual masters, Shudak Temba Rinchen and Geshe Rinchen Dorji of the Zhung Dasang, central monastic body, along with the Sangha community, conducted the Chotul Myeonlam Chenmo. They were generously supported by His late Majesty, the second Druk Gyalpo, Jigme Wangchuk, and Her Majesty, the late great Grand Queen Mother, Yum Phunso Choden Wangchuk. Building upon this great legacy, His Holiness the 70th J. Khenpo, Tulku Jigme Chugi Drakpa, initiated the modern Myeonlam Chemo in the year 2000, with the noble purpose of upholding the Buddha's teachings for the benefit of all sentient beings and promoting global peace and well-being. The first ceremony was held in Ha Dzongkak, and as we gather here in 2025, which marks the silver jubilee year of the Myeonlam Chenmo, His Holiness has sustained this sacred practice for 25 consecutive years across all the districts in Bhutan. This has been made possible through the royal patronage and support of the royal government of Bhutan and the faith of countless of devotees. His Holiness has not only established this tradition, but has ensured its continuity and flourishing for the benefit of all beings now and in generations yet to come. As we gather here, what makes this ceremony truly extraordinary is the unprecedented gathering we witness before us. Spiritual leaders, realized masters, distinguished scholars, and devoted practitioners from across the world have assembled here with one heart and one intention. In this sacred place, we are blessed by the representatives from the ancient Theravada tradition, which preserves the earliest teachings of the Buddha. We are honored by masters of the Mahayana tradition who embody the Bodhisattva ideal of compassion for all beings. we are graced by the adepts of Vajrayana tradition who practice the swift path of transformation. The presence of teachers from all four schools of Nyingma, Kaju, Sakya, and Giluk, as well as from the precious Jonang tradition and the profound and timeless wisdom tradition of Hinduism. We are not mere observers of this ancient tradition. We are living participants in a lineage that has evolved continuously since the Buddha's time. With hearts full of gratitude, we offer our thanks to His Majesty for initiating this ceremony and bringing us together. We appreciate all who join us, whether present here physically or participating with us virtually from across the world. As I conclude, let us unite our voices and our hearts in offering these aspirations. May the royal patrons of the Dharma, the enlightened monarchs of the Wangchuk dynasty, enjoy long life and perfect health. May the noble endeavors to establish peace, preserve the sacred teachings, and ensure the happiness of all beings flourish without obstacles. May their compassionate reign continue to be a beacon of hope and refuge for all who seek the path of liberation. May all the Dharma upholders of the Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana traditions, regardless of lineage or school, enjoy long life and remain with us for countless ages. May they continue to turn the wheel of Dharma, illuminating the teachings with wisdom and compassion. May their prayers and activities bring lasting peace and genuine happiness to all sentient beings throughout the universe. May the prayers we offer here today spread like ripples across water, carrying peace, love, and wisdom to every corner of our world. May all beings, without exception, find refuge from suffering, discover the path to liberation, and attain complete enlightenment. Sarva Mangalam. May all be auspicious. Katinche.